Neath was the setting recently for a celebration of one of Welsh rugby's most recognisable stars. Adam Jones returned to his hometown 13 years on from his debut for the Welsh club, a period in which his attitude and approach to rugby has undergone a remarkable transformation.
Wasn't quite committed to rugby, should we say, when I was 18. I was more interested in eating and drinking. I went to Neath training. I think fortunately enough they didn't do any fitness, they just concentrated on the rugby. So I was a pretty decent ball handler, catcher, passer, that type of thing. So yeah, and a couple of good games, and they kind of asked me if I wanted to take it a bit more seriously, really. I was lucky enough to actually play for them for 3 years, and it was, when I was actually in the first team, it was the best sort of time of my life. It was great.
Jones moved to the Ospreys in 2003, and the same year he made his international debut against England. But under then Wales coach Steve Hansen, concerns over his fitness led to Jones rarely completing a full 80 minutes.
I can be quite sulky, I guess, with things, and I found it really difficult. I didn't really know how to cope with it. Like now, if it happened now to someone, they'd have like a psychologist helping them out and that type of thing, an arm on the shoulder, someone. But when it first happened, I just pretty much came back to the bench, like shocked because I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, I was looking at people, and they were, the old talking tap in the back, and I just sort of broke down and chucked my head in the towel and cried. I missed John Thomas and Shane, like sort of coming onto the international scene, because I was sort of blood burning my towel on the side of the field.
It was the appointment of Warren Gatland as Wales coach in 2007 that Jones pinpoints as the turning point in his career.
I think if you chuck me one of those body mass things, I'm probably clinically obese now, but I kind of hit the crossroads in 2007 when Gats came. I thought, all right, look, I'm going to have to put my finger down. I know what these Kiwi guys are like. I don't want to be taken off to half hour again. All right, I'll knuckle down and do this. You can do more stuff around the field. You can, look actually like a rugby player for once, and not like some guy who just dragged off the street who's big.
When he first came along, obviously the size on the man meant that he was always had the great scrummaging ability, but obviously the fitness was nowhere near what it needed to be be a world-class player. But the leaps and bounds he's taken since then, it's incredible. I mean, people talk about him being the best tight head in the world. I mean, that's a huge statement. And I said, my limited knowledge of what goes on in the front row, I think he's good for that title as well.
Last year finished with a World Cup semi-final appearance against France, but it proved to be a short-lived experience for both Jones and his captain, Sam Warburton.
I was off after 7 minutes. I tore my calf, so I limped off, and about 5 minutes later he was sitting next to me. So I was like, I was obviously gutted, and I was gutted for him. I think the fact he's a ridiculously powerful bloke, and the little winger guy ran into him, and he just tackled him really well. I know it did look malicious with a bit of a spear, but he's not like that. 14 men, and I think France kind of, sharp shop a bit really. But when Mike scored the try, I think we had a chance to win it, and we could have won it. And I think we'd have given the All Blacks a good game in the final.
2012 may be his testimonial year, but any talk of retirement is premature.
So if I can get the 100 caps and see how the body's feeling, I might knock on the head end. But if I could get to the World Cup, playing 4 World Cups would be pretty good. 2 in sort of either hemisphere, that'd be, and with all the games in Cardiff as well, that'd be excellent, I think. And that's the target now. It's only 3 years away, so I'm sure I could dig in and touch wood, barring any injury.
83 caps, 3 Grand Slams, 1 Lions Tour. Jones is now part of the Welsh Old Guard, but he's quick to acknowledge the impact of the exciting new generation.
These younger boys do keep it up. They do keep the spirits up, and it can be a bit annoying sometimes, but how much bouncy they are and what they talk about and stuff, because like JLS and type of things like that. But they're good. They are good for the team. It's quite a good blend. It's quite weird because you kind of got some of them like 12, and then some of us like 30. So there's a massive gap between us. So it was a lifetime gap there.
Bigger, faster, and fitter than ever before, Jones has a job keeping up with the likes of winger George North.
I've seen him do chins with like a phenomenal amount of weight on the belt and just banging them out. And I was doing like a prone pull where you lie on a bench and you have to kind of pull it to your chest or whatever. And I had sort of 130 on. I think it was decent enough, He comes along and said, do we pull him off? I said, no, can you put 10 on either side? And there you go. He just started banging them out like that. And I I just left then. I had to get out of there. He's too freakish of an athlete to get anywhere near in the gym, especially when a fat old school prop like myself.
Jones selected a side of former teammates to take on a Neath 15 for his testimonial match. An evenly contested affair, Neath led by 2 points as full-time approached, but for perhaps the first and probably last time in his long career, Jones had the chance to kick for victory.
I did enjoy it. It was brilliant, and yeah, as I said, for the boys to come out, and we were a bit sort of nervous how competitive we were going to be, and I think we kind of, may have been lacking a few lungs here and there, but we, dug in and showed we're not bad in the end.